The person in front of me is going to decide what fish I buy today.
Last one.
But they're definitely not a fish that I would have picked out. 5 fish, 3 plants. Yes, I'm getting a BETTA sorority. At least one. There may be multiple, honestly. There may be like 4 of them or something, but hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is going to be a very interesting video, so you guys must stop the video right now, go to the, just scroll down and smash that like button for me. Let's try and get this video to 300 likes. It's the most likes that I've ever asked for, but I know we can do it because we get enough views, enough of you watch the videos. Hit the subscribe button while you're at it. Get the hell out of here. Hit that subscribe. You just spit on my neck.
I want to finish this. You're already bothering me. Get.
For today's video, I am very nervous. I'm actually actually nervous. Like, I'm not just saying that, like I'm actually nervous because what we are doing is we're going into a fish store right now. The person in front of me is going to decide what fish I buy today. So the way this is gonna work, if there isn't someone actually in front of me buying fish, I'm gonna ask them what the last fish that was bought, and I will be buying that fish. Now, obviously there are some restrictions to it because I don't own a saltwater tank, so it has to be freshwater. And I have a variety of tank sizes, so you know, we should be able to just get whatever the last person get whatever the last person bought. So this video is gonna be really lit. I'm really nervous. If you guys haven't seen the challenge of other people, like it really started with like letting the person in front of me decide what I eat or something like that. I haven't even watched the videos, but I just know how it works. Did I put the keys in there? All right, so my girlfriend and I right now are going to head into the mall, into the fish store, and see what fish we have to buy today, because I'm really nervous. I'm hoping that it's some sort of tetra. I have a 29-gallon that could use some fish. I have a 10-gallon that's empty, a 5-gallon that's empty, and I also have a BETTA, so if it can go with a BETTA, like we got a bunch of options. So I should be able to buy whatever the person in front of me bought for a fish. So we're gonna go in now. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit around the store and find out what we're buying. So let's go. I'm scared. Guppies, a ton of angelfish in here, clown loaches in here as well, electric blue rams down here, more gold barbs, they're swordtails actually, parrotfish, giant silver dollar red hook, albino tiger oscars, black convict cichlids. I have to buy the fish that the person in front of me last bought. Well, I'm doing a challenge kind of where I have to buy the fish that the person in front of me bought, so I have to buy the same fish.
Last one.
So these white guys right here. All right. So we'll get 5 of them.
We're getting the white ones?
Yep.
Yeah, good solid fish.
Alright, so the only people that were in there were people getting their water tested. So there was no one actually buying any fish in front of me, and I was in there for like 15-20 minutes, so no one else came into the store. But these fish right here, I guess I won't show you them completely, but these fish right here, I mean, would I have ever bought them? Probably at some point, but they're definitely not a fish that I would have picked out anytime soon for a tank, just because they're not on like my, you know, top wanted list or whatever. Now the tank that these fish are going to go into is going to be the 29-gallon. We're gonna go over to PETCO, pick out some plants, and then we're gonna head to the fish room and get these fish that the person in front of me decided to buy. All right, so now I'm gonna go into PETCO, plants that are in there, and at first I was like amazed, like, oh, they have this many plants because my local PETCO doesn't have those. But then I look closer and it's literally just filled with snails and it's a bunch of dead plants. So I'm gonna go to another PETCO. It's like 15 minutes from here, halfway back to the fish room, so works out good. And it's one that I haven't been to, so let's go ahead and man, my stomach is killing me. Let's go to that PETCO and pick up some plants. Oh my god, that is so cute. They made the moss into the word PETCO. That's so cool. This is definitely my new favorite PETCO. It's really clean, like probably the best PETCO I've ever seen. So now I gotta pick out what plants I want. I'm not gonna get too many because I'm gonna get more soon, but just to start getting some plants in here. All right, so we have our 3 very healthy plants, and we have our fish that my girlfriend is holding. We have 5 of them, so 5 fish, 3 plants. I also have another plant in the trunk, so let's go to the fish room now and get all this stuff in their tanks and where they're supposed to be. So I'll see you guys there. So now in the fish room, and these fish are actually going to go into the 29-gallon that I have. This tank right here, it has 2 female swordtails, a Cory catfish that I'm probably going to bring back to the store because I only have 1 of them, and this baby blue platy right there. So there's only 5 fish in here. It is a 29-gallon, so it's plenty big enough for these fish. But they're not going in here just yet. But these fish right here are going to go into this 5-gallon, just so I can keep an eye on them for a couple weeks, and then we're gonna move them into the 29-gallon. This is basically going to be a quarantine tank, just for now, just so I can make sure these fish are healthy before I go putting them into a big tank with other fish, because I don't want the other fish to, you know, get sick or anything. Although these guys look really healthy. The tanks all look healthy at that store. So these guys are gonna float for 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'm going to drip acclimate them or do a little cup system. I haven't decided yet, but I want to acclimate them to not only the temperature but the actual water parameters themselves. Right here we have 3 potted aquarium plants. I've never had potted plants. There is a chance that there are snails in these, but that's okay. You know, that's just whatever. I also have this little cup of Java moss, so I'm actually going to spread this out between a couple different tanks. This way here it'll grow, and then we can, you know, put it in all the tanks. But this right here was $3. It has, you know, a decent amount of Java moss, and I'm gonna put it, like I said, in multiple tanks. This way here it'll grow, and then we can put it in all the tanks. And you know, it does grow pretty fast if you do certain things, so I'm gonna try and make it grow as fast as possible, and obviously as healthy as possible. So that's what we're gonna do. Plus I feel like all the tanks could use a little bit of moss, including the BETTA tank. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna scoop out like some cups of water, basically the same amount of water that is in that bag. Scoop it into this bucket, and then I'm going to pour the tetras and the water into that bucket so they can get used to the water parameters. And then every like 5-10 minutes, I'll pour in some more water, and then eventually they'll be basically in nothing but this water. Even though I don't know this water is good, but the water they were in could be a little different, and you know, we want them to adjust as much as possible. Alright, so now there's about 2.5-3 inches of water. So once we pour that in, all that water, it should be plenty for them. So let's go ahead and pour these fish into the bucket. Alright, so there's the bucket right there. I'm just going to grab the tetras. Like I said, they've been acclimating now for a decent amount of time. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this up. By the way, it's like all the way down in the bucket this way here. They're not falling from a great distance. Alright, so as you can see, the 5 of them are in there, and they're just going to kind of school up a little bit. And like I said, every like 10 minutes I'll go ahead and drop in a little bit more water so they can get used to the water parameters and everything. I literally put in like the exact amount of water. That's perfect. It's kind of like ghosts. They kind of look like ghosts. But yeah, so they're just gonna sit in there for like 10 minutes. I'll add a little bit more, and you guys know the drill. I bought this, okay, and the weight limit was supposed to be 500 pounds per shelf. Obviously it's not, but I had to wait a little bit because I want to get a really expensive one. Shelving unit for all my BETTA tanks and stuff, which you guys just want to stay tuned for, because I'm getting a BETTA sorority. There it is. There's the secret. It's out. Yes, I'm getting a BETTA sorority. At least one. There may be multiple, honestly. There may be like 4 of them or something, but we're just gonna I am getting at least one BETTA sorority, so really exciting. I know a lot of you have been wanting one, so I am getting one. I also wanted one as well, but I did the right amount of research, and now I'm prepared to get one, because I always want to make sure I'm prepared before I get fish. I don't want to just get something and not know how to take care of it properly or what to expect and stuff like that. I'm going to get one that's double the price, and it's going to be metal, and it's going to be really great. I'm picking it up tomorrow morning. So I'm going to go ahead and empty out this tank just a little bit more, but I'm going to put the same water back in. So I'm just going to empty it into, I'm going to siphon it out into something, into a bucket, and then the same water will go back into it, because this is clean water. This is good water. Lila's tank I'll do the exact same thing for. I'm going to make sure they're separated so I know whose is whose. And both of these 5 gallons are gonna go onto this table right here. I know it's a complete mess, but they're just gonna go like this. They can both fit. They're both gonna go on here just for overnight. And then in the morning, like I said, I'm getting the brand new shelving unit, because this thing is literally about to snap. Alright, so their tank is right here, and it is just a little bit cloudy for me, you know, trying to quickly pour in the water, but that'll clear up in a couple of minutes. But that tank is good, and the fish are right in here, so I'm gonna go ahead, scoop them in, and then I'll go ahead and add some more water. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, 4, 5 right here. So all 5 are now in there, and I gotta hurry up, so I will see you guys in the morning. And just like that, it is the very next day, the next morning. I really do apologize for like kind of ending briefly yesterday and not really filming too much. I had a really bad stomach pain. I don't know what it was. It could have been like some sort of food poisoning. I had the pain all last night, so basically all of yesterday, and it didn't start until after I started recording the video, and I knew I needed to record the video. So I do apologize if, you know, I didn't get to record everything. They're 100% fine. They're doing absolutely amazing. So let me go ahead and throw you some B-roll of these fish, because like I said, they're doing great. And I actually love these fish. But let me go ahead and throw you to the B-roll. So yeah, these 5 white skirt tetras are doing absolutely great. I don't know, the only thing I don't know about these fish is how to sex them. I don't know the difference between a male and a female. So I don't know how many males and how many females I have in here. It is only a 5-gallon, they're not staying in here. This is going to be their quarantine tank. So they're going to stay in here for about 2 weeks, and I'm just gonna monitor them, make sure they're, you know, doing good, they don't have any diseases or parasites or anything like that. And then once they're all set, which I believe they're going to be because I'm buying my fish from School of Fish, which has been open for many, many years, so literally decades. So I trust them, I know that their fish are healthy, but just to be on the safe side, once they're all set, once I see that they're all healthy, I will put them into my 29-gallon, which I will be completely remodeling. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that, because that thing is going to look so nice once I have it fully planted in driftwood and rocks and just everything. And all of my tanks, like I do want all of my tanks to be heavily planted, you know, whatever my fish need is what I want to give them. But yeah, this was a pretty interesting challenge, so if you guys would like me to do it again, I am more than happy to. I think it'd be pretty interesting, maybe go to a different fish store, or maybe just go at a different time of the day, or like, it really is random, so it doesn't actually really matter what store I go to. If you guys do this video, make sure you guys, you know, mention me in the video or something if you don't mind, you know, if you don't mind. I've had this idea for a couple weeks now, actually. I had it written down in my ideas document for videos, but I just didn't get around to it. Now I did, obviously, but I am pretty happy with these guys. I probably would not have bought them. Maybe I would have, actually. I don't know. There's something about white fish that I really like. That's why I have a white betta fish. We literally could have gotten like anything. Like I tried to show a little bit earlier in the video. Unfortunately, when I was at the store, I couldn't get the footage that I wanted to because I was kind of in a hurry. Because I was in a lot of pain and everything. I really wasn't thinking. But the footage you guys saw of the fish was actually from last video. But yeah, they have a ton of different fish. They have a ton of barbs, they have a ton of tetras, betta fish. Like it could have literally been anything. The price range could have literally been from feeder fish, which was 60 cents, anything from 60 cents to upwards of, you know, a bunch of money. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for all of your support. I cannot thank you guys enough. Like, you seriously have no idea how much your support means to me. So that is it for this video, guys. Make sure you guys leave a like, drop a comment, hit that subscribe button, and let me know what you thought of this video down below. And I will see you guys in the next video.